All right, y'all, we're going to take a look at this Boudoir Facebook ad, see if we believe it has BLCS, diagnose it, see if we believe it has BLCS, aka Boudoir low click syndrome. So Boudoir low click syndrome is when the unique CTR all for a Boudoir Facebook ad is under 6%. That means fewer than 6 out of 100 women are clicking anywhere, somewhere on our ad, aka they're not simply scrolling on by. And we care about women clicking somewhere in our ad because that means our ad has entered their brain. And we care about that because when our ad enters their brain, that is the only time their chance of buying from us is non-zero. So we got to get this unique CTRL number up as high as possible, but under 6% is the most common thing I'm seeing, and it's a massive, massive problem. So even though it's the most common thing I'm seeing, and that boudoir photographers have in their Facebook ads backend dashboard, it is not normal. It is the symptom of a deeper root cause. And that deeper root cause is the 3 pre-click mistakes. So 3 pre-click mistakes causes BLCS, aka Boudoir low click syndrome. Now, we also know that a Boudoir Facebook advertiser with BLCS is a Boudoir low click advertiser, a BLCA. So we got our universe, taking shape here. BLCA with BLCS is caused by the 3 pre-click mistakes. Now, BLCS is treated with Boudoir pre-click optimization, aka Boudoir Pico. And treatment takes about a week. And nobody else has this treatment. You can only get it here. And because we invented it. In Boudoir Pico, we duplicate the current Boudoir Facebook ad, whether it's on or off. We treat the duplicated ads. We leave the original one alone. Treat it. Takes about a week. At the end of the week, we keep whichever one rolling as the better metrics. Now, once treated with Boudoir Pico, we now have pre-click alignment. So we get rid of the 3 pre-click mistakes, and we now have pre-click alignment. And pre-click alignment activates Boudoir brain entry boost in our Boudoir Facebook ads. And this is basically, we got our unique CTR all above 6%. And a Boudoir Facebook advertiser with Boudoir brain entry boost is a dominant Boudoir advertiser, a DBA. So we got our full universe here. We got a BLCA with BLCS is caused by the 3 pre-click mistakes. That's fine, easy enough. Treated with Boudoir Pico takes about a week. And we achieve pre-click alignment. We become a dominant Boudoir advertiser with Boudoir brain entry boost. Now, in my residency, I went out and found some Boudoir Facebook ads out there in the wild. And first one I tested, the unique CTRL was 4.3%. So we know that's under 6%, so we know that BLCS is present. So I duplicated that, treated with Boudoir Pico, took about a week, got the unique CTRL up to 6.88%. So way better. So instead of like 4 out of 100 women clicking somewhere in the ad, we got it up to approximately 7 out of 100 women. So we actually found out the original Boudoir Facebook ad was wasting 37% of its ad spend. So instead of spending 10 grand a month on their Boudoir Facebook ads, $3,700 a month every single month was being wasted. So what we can do is we can eliminate that waste by using the Boudoir Pico treated ad and spend the difference instead and get our ad into the same number of women's brains as the original at 10 grand a month. So Boudoir Pico at, what would this be, $6,300 a month. We'll get into the same number of women's brains as the original at 10 grand a month. So that's where the massive gains come from. Now, the second part of my residency, found another one in the wild, Boudoir Facebook ad, brought it back to the hospital. Unique CTRL 1.39%. Okay, that's under 6%. We know that BLCS is present. Duplicated it, treated it with Boudoir Pico, took about a week, got the unique CTRL up to 9.13%. So that's insanely good. We found out the original was wasting 84% of its ad spend. So if they're spending 10 grand a month on Boudoir Facebook ads, literally $8,400 a month being wasted, thrown out the window. So what we can do now with this Boudoir Pico treated ad is eliminate that wasted ad spend, only spend the difference, $1,600 a month on the Boudoir Pico treated ad, and we'll get our ad into the same number of women's brains as the original at 10 grand a month spend. So massive gains there, and we pocket that $8,400, or the business owner pockets that as kind of like an invisible phantom bonus, phantom profit, because it's not being wasted. It's literally, something like 100 grand in kind of bonus profit in the next 12 months. Now, finally, had a patient saw his unique CTR of his Facebook ad is 5.03%. So again, I knew the BLCS was present. So I went in Trio Boudoir Pico, well, duplicated Trio Boudoir Pico, took about a week, and got his unique CTRL up to 15.35%. So found out he was wasting 67%, or at least the original Boudoir Facebook ad wasting 67% of ad spend. So the original Boudoir Facebook ad had 10 grand a month. We'll get into the same number of women's brands as the Boudoir Pico treated ad, spending only $3,300 a month. So that whole difference, we're pocketing that difference as a bonus profit, or the business owner is, the boudoir photographer is, $6,700 a month in bonus profit by simply not spending that money. I would say, 80 grand bonus in the next 12 months. So insanely good without even needed to service any clients. So from these numbers, from what I've seen, the average boudoir Facebook ad with BLCS is wasting approximately 50% of its ad spend. I mean, look at the numbers, wasting 37%, wasting 84%, wasting 67%, so it's wasting approximately 50% of its ad spend. Now we're going to diagnose this if we believe it has BLCS, aka boudoir low click syndrome. So looking here, so we got the below creative cluster mistake. The false belief that causes us to make this mistake is we're trusting what Facebook says we should fill out for our ad is what is best for us to fill out, but actually is best for Facebook. The consequence of this is way more women scrolling by our ads than necessary. And as a result, that pulls our unique CTRL under 6%, contributes to BLCS. Facebook's happy though, more women scrolling by our ad per unit time means Facebook can serve more ads per unit time and earn more money per unit time. So Facebook's hustling us. Next, we got the look at the creative, looking at the photo. We got the looks like an ad mistake. So the false belief that causes us to make this mistake is that we believe our boudoir Facebook ads should look like ads. And the false belief that causes that mistake is because all the other ads, basically all the other ads we see on Facebook look like ads. All the other boudoir Facebook ads on Facebook we see looks like ads. So if everyone's doing it, not everyone can't be wrong, can they? Well, actually 100% of the boudoir Facebook ads I've seen or tested have had BLCS because everyone's making the same mistakes over and over again. So the consequence of this pulls our unique CTRL under 6% and contributes to BLCS, aka boudoir low click syndrome. Finally, we're going to look at the See More headline here. First 2 3/4 lines, Facebook mobile newsfeed. We're only using 2 lines here. 120 boudoir session. What if you never feel ready, but do it anyway? All right, so this is a lack of context mistake. The false belief that caused us to make this mistake is that, we're thinking the See More headline is kind of willy-nilly, when in fact, literally it's 80% of the reason why people will click or not click somewhere on our ad. So this is actually the most important part. The consequences of the lack of context mistake is way more women scrolling by our ad than necessary, lowering or pulling unique CTRL under 6%, and decreasing or increasing the probability that we have BLCS, aka boudoir low click syndrome. So after looking at all this, my diagnosis is yes, I do believe this boudoir Facebook ad has BLCS, aka boudoir low click syndrome. So if you're a boudoir Facebook advertiser spending more than 10 grand a month on boudoir Facebook ads, and you decide, all right, I've optimized every other part of my business, I gotta pull some more profit out of this because there's inflation, prices going up everywhere, more boudoir photographers entering the market. I need to find some way to optimize the business, get more profit out of the business, stop wasting all my money. and you want to, I would say, save or eliminate, approximately 5 grand a month in Boudoir, Facebook ad costs, literally just save that, approximately 60K in the next year, and still get all of the, our ad into the same number of women's brains because we'd be running the Boudoir Pico treated ad. So if you want all that and, get you on your way to becoming #1 boudoir photographer in your city, then shoot me a DM. Well, my DM's open. So when I'm actually doing intake for new patients, because right now my DMs are closed, but I will be doing intake for new patients